Hello and welcome to Gadget Guru. These days it's not an episode of Gadget Guru if we're not showing you something for the first time ever or we have an exclusive. And this time, Rajiv, we have actually several.
I know, there's so much of it happening, I think, right down to the bottom of it. So, the first, of course, is that we've got a whole table of things out here, and the table itself is the exclusive, right?
And then after that, we're going to get on to something which I'm going to persuade you is the appropriate gift from you to me this year. Before we get into all this, let's just quickly tell you the Gadget and Gizmo related news stories of the week.
Rumors are again rife about iPad 2 expected to be launched in early 2011. The next iPad is expected to be released with front-facing VGI camera for FaceTime and Retina display, besides 3G. The next iPad is also expected to have dual-mode chip to support both eVideo and HSPA in a lot thinner frame. But we are still pondering if the first iPad will ever release in India. ViewSonics launched its new Pro 8200 high-definition projector which delivers 1080p home theatre entertainment experience with 16:9 widescreen aspect ratio. All this for less than $1,000 or about 45,000 rupees.
Okay, Rajiv, now we have this table out here which we should get Anup, who's the founder of the company which makes this. I know you're going to be talking to us about this and we're going to be putting you through the Gadget Guru grilling, which is what that seat is.
Yeah, it's called a G-Cube. Gadget Guru grilling is exactly how we go about it.
Yeah, we torture people who come up with nice devices to try and,
dissuade them from doing this ever again.
Tear their baby in front of them, to shreds. But that's coming up in a couple of minutes. Why don't you first just tell us what this is and what this does?
Sure. So this is like first of its kind. It's the world's thinnest multi-touch table. What it can do is that we have a bunch of softwares that are like loaded on it, which allows you to like say browse through pictures, browse through PDFs, or say even know what coffee you're drinking if you just keep a cup of coffee on it, or like maybe you just want to play music on it. You can actually
or like we did the 4-person air hockey game or any of those
things. Air hockey game was interesting. Drawing on live video, which you can do, and this is also interesting.
Yeah, I think that you can annotate on it and do all of that.
In fact, before we go any further, why don't we just show you what this particular table can actually do? Let's just show you what all its features are, and then we'll start firing on this question.
It's the world's thinnest multi-touch surface and the first of its kind in India. Christened as the Magic Stable, the multi-touch interactive surface computer is powered by a neatly concealed Apple Mac Mini and boasts of a 4GB RAM besides the 350GB hard drive. Primarily a B2B product, the high-definition LED display can operate at 50 frames per second scan rate under any high ambient light condition. While it consumes 60% less power than its competitors according to its manufacturers, Magic Stable does run on Windows 7 touch user interface just like its nearest competitor, the Microsoft Surface Table. The device is loaded with customizable application suite, and with the future of such products majorly depending on the variety of apps it can offer, we decided to take an in-depth look. Supporting the manufacturer's claim of recognizing up to 40 simultaneous touch points, the Tracer application creates color lines for every touch and drag, along with brief information per touch point. Similar was the case with the Visualization app that shows menu selected particle effects on the touch of your finger. Another application that made just bring out the kid in you was the Draw, where users can show their artistic skills to save or print, as long as their skills are a lot better than what I possess. And guessing the multi-task capabilities of the system, both drum and piano, is for the musician inside you, even though I have to admit, I am only good at listening to the music. This is a favorite one of mine. Now here's a regular cup of cappuccino, and believe me, I need at least 6 of them to go through the day. But what is really magical out here is, it actually recognizes, it says cappuccino over here. So how does it do it? Can it really smell the coffee? How does it know it's a cappuccino? Is it the temperature? So what if I put in cold coffee in it? Well, none of that. What it really is doing is, it's actually calculating the circumference of the base. Now here's an Irish cup of coffee. It does exactly the same thing. It says Irish coffee. All it is a desi cup of chai. But having said all that, still the app is pretty interesting. But the suite is not just about entertainment apps meant for bar and lounges. The Surface can also be used in the corporate setup. And besides the touch-based internet surfing, what really caught our attention was the PDF viewer. A browser to view PDF files, the app helps you to flip pages by swiping left or right, or zoom in on a page by a simple double tap, quite possibly a perfect tool for your corporate presentation. And talking about corporate presentations, here's another tool for your armor. Multi-touch application developed with the purpose to visualize data from Wikipedia, ConLedge is embedded in a zoomable environment, as users can zoom in on every topic individually with the two-finger pinching gesture, as well as zoom to get to lower layers of information.
Now here's yet another interesting app that I've come through while scrolling, and it's not just about fun, it's pretty serious. How many times actually you've seen a match where you see those commentators predicting how the field setting should be, or where the ball should have been passed while playing a football or a hockey match? I've seen it a lot, but this is for the very first time I'm going to do it, and I'm really excited about this. Now this is a paused match, and what I'm predicting is if she passes the ball out here to her, and the next thing you'll see is a goal. And she does, and that's exactly what's happened, and it's a goal. Fun, isn't it? Okay, I have to admit, I was just kidding. I had seen that footage before, so I knew it was going to be a goal.
Also, what can really come in handy is an application you can use to view and interact with 3D models. You can rotate the menu to find specific models to have a closer look and inspect the product intricacies. A serious corporate tool, even though I was able to find an entertaining utilization of it.
Now I know once again I'm going to get accused of promoting gaming within a product review, but if there's one potential within this product, it has to be gaming. And you really have to see it to believe it.
Yes, that's right. While you can always play with the computer while waiting for your flight in an airport lounge, the fun is definitely doubled when you have a competitor. But change the scenario to a bigger gathering at a pub or a cafe, and the true gaming potential of the product will be evident, as each and every person on the table suddenly forgot the pending workload while getting carried away with the experience. But all in all, this product is still very much a business-to-business offering, and a better fit in a commercial setup rather than your living room. The Magix Table will cost you only 6.5 lakh rupees to start with, and while it may be only for some, for us, it's a whopping price to pay for a device in the living room.
So, we understand you've sold many of these overseas. You're just starting to launch this in India. But at the sort of a price point which we're talking about out here, 6.5 lakhs.
For about $11,000 abroad is what you said, right? Because
11,500,
internationally is what you really...
So, what is really your target audience? Because let's face it, people aren't going to be buying this to play air hockey at home, not at, $11,000. What really is your target audience?
Currently we are targeting corporates, brands and retail. So this is mainly like being initially like our target audience is B2B customers, but as you see, the applications are evolving. Like there are some applications that are already ready for the consumer space, like the one you played was air hockey and Wong, or some multi-touch games that you just saw on this. So as it evolves into a consumer product, I think we'll have a lower end version of this particular table, which would allow us to bring down prices.
Sorry, just stay on that point. I mean, it's obviously will have to be specialized killer apps, because if it is just, even if it's a retail guy, if it's just a question of air hockey or the other things, it's, in a sense, cheaper to buy 10 or 15 iPads and give them to all their customers to play around with.
So you would have just a much larger display, which is just only a touch screen, right?
Yeah, so you'd have to be building some specialized killer apps, wouldn't you, to get people to buy this?
Yes, so what we do is that we actually work with partners who are content developers. So like the way you see apps popping up on App Store or these other places where like application developers are building up on top of an SDK. The same way we support an SDK which application developers are using, and you will be soon seeing more applications which are geared towards the consumer space, which would run on a table like this.
Okay, now, one of the things that obviously comes into my mind straight away when I see this is that one of your competition is obviously Microsoft Surface or their likes, right? Now, that's about $1,000 more than you, and it seems to be slightly more refined in terms of, it's a continuous surface, it has a much larger screen, much larger display, this is much smaller. Why is this priced at $11,000? That's what really is a little confusing to me right now. Does it need to be?
Well, means if you see technologically, like what we have in here, means we don't compare basically with the other products out in the market, because we kind of engineered the product around with the market requirement in mind.
Okay.
So we have a research team who did some research in the market, and what people wanted is that a table which would work under any ambient light condition. And most
so
of
the projection part of the technology of the Microsoft Surface is what you're not really.
Exactly.
Okay.
And also if you see like the abilities, like in terms of the touch performance and the application suite, that is like the customization abilities that this application suite is providing, it's off the shelf, or it's like you just pull out of the box and start using it.
Okay.
And then you can actually like customize these apps. Currently we are bundling a set of apps which some users may want, some users may not want. As we see hundreds of applications being developed for this particular table, what we can do is that we can just bundle a small subset of applications and have people buy additional applications.
And maybe reduce the price.
And reduce
Can you
the
just tell us, of the people who've bought this,
Yeah.
what are the sort of uses that they're putting this on? Because obviously, you know, we like the product, it's great to play around with and the rest of it, but for it to become a commercial success for you, which as an Indian company we certainly hope it does become a commercial success, if you could give us some idea of the actual uses that people put this to.
Sure. So currently the maximum use that we see is from the corporate and the retail segments. So like for example, you go to shop for a cell phone, you have hundreds of options to select from. Imagine like if you had some kind of an interface which would allow you to compare phones. You just keep these two phones on the table.
Okay, so you keep two phones and it will automatically open up a comparative chart.
Open up a comparative chart, or say more productivity applications, like we have been doing projects for some shoe company. So you go to a shoe shop to buy shoes. If you have an interface which would allow you to select the right shoe that you really want to buy, you know, that is something that our customers find as a value
You don't
add.
necessarily have to keep the shoe on the table. You can also just drag and drop the photographs in.
The
right?
photograph
So
of
I
the
was
shoe
just
and
suddenly
get
my
some
mind
sort
was like, okay, how many shoes am I going to put on the table?
Arun, thank you so much for joining us. It was a pleasure having you with us. All the best with this. It's a really interesting, exciting product. Welcome back to Gadget Guru. You know, I have been a real skeptic on the MacBook Airs, as you know.
Okay.
I'll tell you what my problem with the MacBook Air was originally. Number one, the performance, which you're saying that they have now fixed to a large extent. I still am struggling, though, to figure out why they would not put in an Ethernet port, for example.
Because you cannot.
There's no
in this
optical
form-
drive, and maybe you can live
cannot
without
do
an
this in
optical
the form
drive.
factor. Just the very space, the physics of it, the physical space that an Ethernet port needs,
Yeah.
it is not there. On both of them, we've done the measurement. It cannot be, unless you have some jiggery pokery that you do, in which it kind of comes
no-
out like this or something. They just, and the second
So
reason,
no
of course,
optical
is very
drive,
clear.
no
that they-
Ethernet port, and
And of course, the fact that Apple is trying to tell the world you don't need to be wired anymore. You don't need, remember, you don't need a pen anymore, and you do not need wires anymore, is the message Apple is sending out.
you don't need flash anymore. And a lot of other things. You know, there are lots of things missing. Would you swap your, this is a quick customer
Yeah,
check
let's find out.
from
So,
you. So we put
whatever
you on the
you're
spot.
using right
Would
now.
you replace, you got a MacBook Pro,
Yeah.
13 inch or 15 inch?
I have a 15.
Would you ever
If,
consider
if I give you a
swapping that
guarantee
for
that in performance, this is faster, would you?
this? No Ethernet port though,
And no optical
No
drive.
optical drive.
No optical drive.
he'll
Well,
struggle.
yeah, means I
He's
think
trying to make up his mind.
no, optical drive is something that I still use. means
Okay, so
I'm,
see, I think for a lot of people that actually do take that product out, CDs, DVDs, presentations and everything else, I think it's still a big deal.
But it's an improvement.
Let me find out from you about the 11-inch.
I would
I
frankly, I don't get the 11 inch. I mean, I know that this is really small, easy to use. Instead of buying a netbook, actually this could become a very interesting iPad
This
killer.
is actually Apple's first netbook. They'll never call it that.
But it is a netbook, and this is actually an interesting iPad. You know, it's competition for the iPad.
You
Instead
know
of
my
carrying-
thought process on the iPad now, right? That it's a Trojan horse for Apple to enter into people's houses, and then they sell them more and more products, right?
Yeah,
So
but I'm
that's
saying that, so if you're carrying around an iPad, this is in that same sort of so I'm not sure whether if you have an iPad, would you ever get something like this? It might be a
It
choice. between
feels the
two.
same in your hand, doesn't it? I mean, when you're holding it right now, it feels like you're just holding an iPad, right?
Absolutely.
Slightly
So I'm
thinner.
saying many people
Slightly
might
thinner.
decide instead of buying the iPad to get this, because this is, after all, you can flip this open, full keyboard, it's a fully functioning computer, more expensive, of course.
A little bit more.
Okay, let's just quickly take a detailed look at the new MacBook Airs. Is it a replacement for the MacBook Pro? Well, perhaps until the new range comes
And
out.
also we're looking at the fact that what was there missing in the previous one, what have they
And
done
have they
with
fixed
these?
it or have they not
Yes.
fixed it? We weren't big fans of the original ones. Are these better?
The earlier generation of MacBook Air has taken a lot of flack because of its good looks, but then that was also because of its lack of performance. So what does Apple go ahead and do with its new generation of MacBook Airs? Well, it packs in a lot of brains and bronze while retaining its good looks.
The unibody look that the older version of MacBook Air flaunted has remained. It's only become thinner and lighter, something that we loved then and continue to love even now. But let's see what did we miss in the earlier generation Air. One USB port, no optical drive, slow processor, no backlit keyboard and high price. Except for the missing optical drive, Apple seems to have fixed most of the woes. The new Airs have doubled the number of USB ports. But the biggest change in the new MacBook Air lineup has been that it boots up much faster than before. The 11-inch Air feels speedy enough, more like a full-size laptop than any dual-core 11-inch premium netbook. With the Core 2 Duo NVIDIA 320M combo, the Airs are actually taking on the full-fledged laptops like MacBook Pros. Apart from the processor power, enhancing the feel is the new iLife software that also boosts the performance of the Airs to a new level, making it comparable to the MacBook Pros. The graphics on the 16:9 display is also extremely vivid and a pleasure to work with. While the 11-inch Air doesn't have a SD card slot, the 13-inch Air has a SD card slot, but it doesn't have the backlit keyboard. Likewise, both the new Airs miss out on dedicated VGA or HDMI outputs. Also, don't look around for onboard Ethernet or built-in 3G wireless. For those concerned about hard drives, the 11-incher comes with 64GB solid-state drive, expandable to 128GB through flash drive. The 13-incher comes with 128GB solid-state drive, expandable to 256GB flash drive. The space may not be enough for high-resolution photos and videos, especially if you're used to the usual 500GB in other laptops. So here's a Gadget Guru verdict on the new MacBook Airs. Apple has made the MacBook Airs more desirable gadget than before, with its smaller form factor, faster processor that is less expensive, but of course leaving out few features along the way like the Ethernet port and optical drive. So tell us, do the new MacBook Airs pack it enough to be the laptop replacements? Write to us at social.ndtv.com/gadgetguru.
Okay, Rajiv, so at the end of the day, I mean, I heard what you said about Ethernet. I still haven't understood why no HDMI out and why no USB 3, but, you know, and why they're still sticking with the Core Duos. It might be time to upgrade, but
I think it's purely for battery life. I'd still sacrifice a little bit of the processing power because we are just obsessed with that with no real gains. I'd rather get the 2-hour, 3-hour more battery life than just go for all of this.
Okay, let's take a break at this point, and then when we come back, our regular sections, gaming, coming up in just a couple of minutes.